Alright, so we have here two authors, but both of them don't have an author's page. We have the Killer Axe and Ammunus Creeps. Those are the... the second I get here, you said they are long. I'm bringing the code. No. We did have like a lot of SCPs that were like a lot shorter, that were only like a 2.5 hour or 3 hour reads. It had to happen eventually. Don't you worry. Don't you worry now. But yes, okay, the Killer Axe and Ammunus Creeps have wrote The Miner's Escape. And miner, like as in like a mine. Like somebody... Ooh, there's some like animation here. Look at this. Let's see, like, it's a little bit shorter. I think. I hope. Is that supposed to be like a pickaxe? Like, what do you guys think this is? I thought it was a pickaxe at first, like this option in the middle here. Object class safe. Containment procedures. Dash A is housed in... Dash A is housed at Site 48 in a safe class containment locker. Testing with Dash A is currently being supervised by Dr. Smith. Dash A is not to be used for testing unless permissions is granted from Senior Researcher Andrew or Level 3 Researcher. The tunnels within Dash B are to be constantly monitored by guards who are also tasked with searching the tunnel in order to retrieve any additional documents written by the ANCC. Dash B's known entrance have been closed off using a cover story of hazardous tunnels collapse. Update as of test A6. Access to Dash A is to be granted only to Senior Researcher. Junior Researcher are authorized to assist with testing of SCP-2265 only at the request of a Senior Researcher. I don't know if you already, but a quick shout out is just... So, Steph, the reason why this doesn't work is because this video, once this comes out, it will be November. By that time, the Kickstarter, sadly, because the Kickstarter only has 2 months of a time, of a deadline. Like, I can't extend it to, like... Because I thought I could extend it to, like, November. And that was the original plan. But if I say here, like, for YouTube's sake, support my Kickstarter, by the time this video comes out, it's long done. Like, I wish that I could do that. That was like a thought process as well. And again, if I was able to like extend the Kickstarter to that time, I would have done it. But sadly, doesn't work. I only have a 2 months time. Description: SCP-2265 is the collective designation given to anomalies. Dash A and Dash B. Dash A is the weathered pickaxe made out of a non-anomalous oak, wood, and iron. It measures 5.5 kilograms in mass and 1 meter in length. Dash A is anomalous effect manifest when subject holds Dash A with one hand near the head and the other... Oh, okay. And the other at the base of the handle, like basically like this. You're like, yeah, gotcha. This is the traditional way of holding a pickaxe when mining. Is it? Is that a traditional way to hold a pickaxe? I thought it was like depending on you, but I guess it is. When holding Dash A in this manner, subject will experience an audio-visual hallucination referred to as 2665 event. During the hallucination, subjects will witness an event that matches up with a real-life action undertaken by the extra-normal creature control. See below information. The NCC, which is extra-normal creature control, gotcha, was an anomaly containing organization similar to the Foundation in nature and purpose, but much smaller in scale. It was run by approximately 17 people and has begun around 1850. That's a lot smaller in scale. The organization went bankrupt around 1889, and by then each member had left the ENCC. The subject hallucinations will either take place within Connecticut, Massachusetts, or another northeastern state within the United States of America. Back to the US we are. At least we had the longest SCP we got to read today was in Russia. Well, Siberia. Dash B. I DM'd you because I thought you would wait until after the stream to read it, you silly goosh. Well, I saw it and I was like, oh, let me see what's there, and then I just... Dash B is an abandoned facility located within a small mountain in Redacted, Connecticut. This facility was the main base of the ENTC. Inside the facility are several crudely constructed containment cells for housing anomalous objects or entities. The majority of the anomaly that the ENTC had contained are either missing or have lost their anomalous properties. The anomalies contained by the ENTC have been classified by the Foundation as either Class E objects or anomalous objects. The containment cells has been rebuilt by the Foundation and are being used as D-Class dormitories and Class E holding cells. By the way, I missed what Mechanic said. So that's just a pickaxe. Will you mind some info about this SCP? Sorry for that. Well, aren't we technically doing that right now? Discovery of SCP-2665. Dash B was discovered during the first establishment of Site-48. While constructing the site, personnel discovered the entrance to the abandoned facility within a cliff face of a small mountain. Personnel inspected the area and discovered several documents somewhat similar in format to SCP documents. Foundation documents were researched to determine if the organization was accounted for in the list of known groups of interest. This facility was not included. During further exploration of the facility, Foundation personnel found documents belonging to the extra-normal creatures control. It was also discovered that a large part of the facility had been destroyed. The destroyed remains led to the series of mining tunnels and caves. Inscribed on the walls were arrows pointing towards a large cavern filled with water and with sunlight shining through the ceiling of the cave. In the middle of the cave, a book was found containing old documents along with Dash A. Steph, you like to bring a lot of USSB to the servers. I don't think they like to do that. I think Steph just wants to like enjoy SCPs and then they are like, what? Why is it all the US now? Doing further exploration of yeah, already that's okay. Incident 1. During test A6, senior researcher Andrew and junior researcher Branks took D1169 inside of Dash B in order to determine whether any kind of special reaction would occur if a 2665 event were initiated inside of Dash B. D1169 then attempted to avoid being part of the test by breaking off a loose stalactite and stabbing the security guard escorted the Class D and researchers. D1169 then escaped out of Dash B and was terminated on site when trying to exit Site-48. Shortly following the Class D escape, junior researcher Branks disappeared. By the way, I did say what the title is. Yeah, the minus escape. Yeah. Equipping tasked with carrying Dash A. Dash A was found in one of the caverns in which Branks had previously hidden. Junior researcher Branks has yet to be found. Okay. So he vanished. Addendum 1. Recovered documentation of the ENTC anomalies. Access log. Oh, is this gonna be another long one? The things I do. Okay. Below is a list of some of the anomalies contained by the ENTC. Nearly all ENTC anomalies have been contained as SCPs or as Class E. Reports to Dr. Smith if any anomalies are discovered within Dash B. By the way, I think okay, containment class low level. Creature control objects kept within anomaly locker 18. Personnel are to be on the lookout for any roughly cylindrical objects that have been affected by ENCC 18 update. ENCC 18 instances can be used as a message delivery system. Description: ENCC 18 is a phenomenon that randomly affects almost any type of pale or cylindrical shaped object. The phenomenon is designated 18A, creates duplicates of a cylindrical object. Some examples are a bucket or a cup. If anything is placed within one of the duplicates, the object placed in will fall through the duplicates and exit out the other one. Good thing you guys like hanging out with me, of course. And I join. There's like there was a one person, mechanics who weren't there when this happened. When they showed up during my streams, I was always so annoyed with them because they constantly told me to read like tales and to read like SCPs in the 8000s, and I said to them all the time. I was like, hey, I'm reading them in numerical order. I have been for years. I'm not going to change that now. And they also like spoiled stuff a little bit. Not like all the time. They did like once or twice. And yeah, it just ruined the experience for me, or like just ruined the joy of reading them. So like I had some some annoying people to deal with while reading SCP. So having somebody who's like just disinterested in it and such a positive energy, it's just refreshing, because like we don't always get that. I've been lucky so far because we had Casabon, and then Crazy, then Mechanics, and then you. So far the streak is in the positive streak is going strong. So ENCC1, wait, anomaly was labeled as E407. Containment class medium level. Creature control object is kept within a steel containment chamber in cell 1. Everyone is to remember the control protocols for ENCC1 at every group meeting. Personnel are not allowed to use ENCC1 unless approved by Sally and John. I love how it's not like senior researcher or the05. It's literally just people, because there's only 17 of them. Description: ENCC1 is a small box with a lock. The key to ENCC1 is currently guarded by the founder of the ENCC, John. Whenever an object is placed within ENCC1, the memories of the object are destroyed. This includes all memories associated with the object. The memory that the object was placed within ENCC1 will also be destroyed. For example, if one individual places an old watch into ENCC1 that was passed down from the grandfather, then the memory of the grandfather will also be expunged. Oh shit. Another anomalous effect of ENCC1 is that it causes itself to be forgotten by some of the personnel within the ENCC. Object was not found in containment cell. Well, what do you think of me? I already told you what I think of you yesterday, so I'm not gonna repeat myself for you every single time I compliment somebody else. It's rather people would just come in and not be positive. I don't know if I don't like something, I just don't watch it. Any other responses unnecessary? Like, I don't like your content. Okay. Yeah, I had to deal with that when I did my reaction content for the AfroFluff channel. Was like a lot of times like it was the original channel that sadly got deleted by YouTube because the copyright system has changed, and all my videos got like flagged, and instead of, you know, telling me like, hey, every single video of yours got flagged, take them down, you have like 24 hours to take them down. Instead of doing that, YouTube was like, yeah, we deleted your channel. And I was like, what do you mean? But yeah, during that time, I had so many people come by and be like, it's like, man, you talk too much, or like, oh, we don't like how you do your reactions. And I was like, and I just said, the back button, this bad boy here, it's right there. It's right there. You can just click and look away. You don't have to stay. Nobody forces you to stay and watch my videos. Like, and it happens on like in stream, and like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just like, at the end it's like maybe it's just like my culture, but I also don't like the whole idea of just coming into a stream, especially a small streamer that, you know, that will has a high chance of seeing your comment. But I don't like when people just come here and just name me after, like they say I look like another person, which most of the time happens to be a black person, right? Because a lot of times I just say like, okay, that's an interesting way to start a conversation. Because like, not even like a, hey, how you doing? How's it going? What's up? What's happening? Nothing like that. Like, oh, you look like that person. And I'm like, cool. Like I don't know why you have to. Why that's the first thing you have to say to me? Like, why can't you just be like? Why is that the first thing that you come in here is by saying I remind you of somebody else? And a lot of times they just leave afterwards, and I'm just like, what was the point? I didn't. Some people who come into the chat are like that. SCP is called Mr. Toxic. I like that. Mr. Toxic sounds like 75% of my exes. Oof. Not even treating you like your own person. What a strange. I know. It's just really weird. It's because like there's like such a culture, online culture where you can just say whatever you want to the person, and then because there's no real. I mean, the biggest consequence is that your channel gets like. That your account gets like deleted. But until that happens, you can just say whatever the hell you want. But I just despise people coming in and not even just saying like, oh hey, just found your stream. What are you doing? What's going on? And then I get to like, hey, how's it going? This is what's happening. This is what I'm doing. And then if they're interested, they're like, oh yeah. Like how you did, Steph. You like say, oh, I'm from GG's Discord. I saw your link and I clicked on it and I was like, oh, that's awesome. But yeah, nobody does that. I forgot the first thing I said when I joined this. You said, I remember what you said. You said, hey, I'm from your YouTube channel. I've been watching a lot of your videos and I finally got a chance to watch your stream. That's what you said. Well, you didn't say finally have a chance. You said I finally decided to like watch your stream. So yeah. ENC 149 containment class high level. Creature control ENCC 149 is to be contained in a normal room 149. They are placed within a storage tank filled with water. No personnel are allowed to enter at this time. Constant movement within the containment room must be made. Description: ENCC 149 are 6 abnormally large sea urchins about the size of a wagon wheel. They do not move when other organisms are constantly moving. However, this applies to only one person per sea urchin. When a subject is not moving, they will charge at the organisms and attempt to flee the ENCC facility. 149 are rather hazardous because the spines they possess are somewhat crystalline. Illegible optics were found and classified as E. 1649. Testing log. Access log. Okay, this is not that long. It's like my online courses versus my in-person courses. My online students treat me insanely differently, probably because they're anomalously behind a keyboard. It's strange. This is half the reason your studies are so long. I'm yapping your poor ears off. No, it's not. That's not the reason why. It's we just have SCPs that are long. You remember that Afro better memory than me. I did say that I have a good memory. I already mentioned that a couple of times. Information on each member of the ENCC has been collected from documentation within -B. The members in the testing logs are now identified. The members of the ENCC mentioned in the testing logs are Sally Rose, John, Tommy Silver, Truss Jackson, and Andrew Huff. The other 12 members of the ENCC have not been identified. The last name was not given. Test log. I'm glad you have a good memory, Afro. Mine is terrible. Don't you like? Like I said, my friend who I will go watch some JoJo's tomorrow. She has a horrible memory, and a lot of times like, what happens is she would have like she would say something in text, and I'd be like, yeah, we talked about this, and she's like, we did? I'm like, yeah, like. Literally like 3 years ago we talked about this, and she's like, well, I don't remember what 3. It's so funny because she's like a lot younger than me, like 5 years younger. Okay, not a lot, but 5 years younger. And she does the whole like, oh, you're old, which I don't really care. Like I said, I only feel old when my body doesn't do anything I want to do anymore. So whenever she says that, I just respond with like, well, this old man can remember shit a lot better than you, youngling. Shouldn't you be the one with the better memory than me? Like, what's going on? So yeah. It's always fun. Test log A1, subject D1169. Event D1169 hallucination showed a passageway within -B. D1169 sees Sally Rose running down the passageway being chased by ENCC 149 instances. D1169 shifts its body position and takes several steps to look around a corner in the passageway. Rose is seen running towards a pit full of water, but is then pulled to the side by John. Before I say this after this paragraph. The ENCC 149 instances fall into the pit of water and is unable to escape. Tommy Silver and Trust Jackson emerge from the spot where John was hiding, pull Rose to the side and cover the pit with a net. John compliments everyone to capturing the ENCC 149 instances. Silver and Jackson shake hands and John kisses Rose. Test is then concluded. Steph, season 2 of Dun 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 has been announced. I'm pretty sure it's coming out either end of summer, so be ready. Test log A2 D1169. Actually, I'm gonna check again real quick. I'm gonna check again. June 6th. What? That's it. That's 2 days. It came out. Season 2 started. Season 2 is it's out. It's out. Season 2 will begin with a theatrical premiere of its first 3 episodes on June 6th, followed by a weekly release from July 3rd on Crunchyroll and Netflix. So July 3rd, that's when the official Crunchyroll and Netflix will show the episodes, but it seems that it's a theatrical release. Probably in Japan or in some of the cinemas. But yes, it is out. D1169's hallucination shows a town full of people running and screaming in panic. D1169 was unable to identify the name of the town. D1169 spots an anthropomorphic wasp terrorizing a town. The NCC arrives. Silver runs towards the entity with a bucket of water and throws it on the entity. The wasp's wing becomes waterlogged, making flight extremely difficult. John, Rose, Jackson, and Andrew Huff arrive and grab the entity by the arms and guide it into one of the buildings. D1169's hallucination flashes to the inside of the building. The NCC begins to speak with the entity in order to understand why it is terrorizing the town. The entity refuses to speak. Silver then walks over to the entity and comforts it, promising that they are only trying to help. The entity complies and begins to explain. However, the hallucination ends before an explanation is given. And then we have A3, D1169. D1169's hallucination showed the NCC members by a campfire gazing up at the stars. John is holding a guitar and brings the other members into a song. The lyrics were recorded by D1169. I've been singing down that gritty old trail. The one where dreams are coming true. And even though I may not be coming home real soon, I'll make it work wherever I am. The group rejoices after the song is finished. The hallucination ends, and D1169 reported a feeling of lightheartedness and nostalgia after the test. Test log A4. D1169's hallucination. Did I sing words after? I don't believe so. I heard my singing voice on mic. I hate it. Whenever I hear myself singing, like my recording of myself singing, I hate it. I do think I have a okay-ish singing voice, because I like doing I do like singing like in deeper voice, but whenever I hear a recording of it, I'm like, ugh. All the notes are wrong. D1169's hallucination showed a passageway within the ENCC facility. Trust Jackson runs down the passageway limping while being pursued by a tall black humanoid entity. Me? Is it me? He trips and falls to the floor. The humanoid runs over to Jackson and begins to physically assault him. That's not me. The humanoid flees after hearing other members of the NCC running into the humanoid general direction. The other members begin to bandage Jackson. They cease doing so after discovering that he has died from blood loss. Ross takes out a flask and drinks from it. Test log A5. Subject D. It's the same subject all over again, huh? Yeah, no wonder he stabbed the researcher. He's like, I had enough. I don't want to see hallucinations no more. D169's hallucination showed the inside of the ENCC dormitory. John and Sally Rose are spotted arguing. A transcript of the event is provided below. At the end of the hallucination, Rose takes a luggage and leaves John. Please, honey. We can't do this without you. It's too much, John. It's just too much. Trust, he still had the rest of his life left. Tommy's not going to get better anytime soon. I just don't think I can do this anymore. Rose collects more of her personal belongings and places them into a suitcase. I'm sorry, I really am, but we have to move on. We have a job to do. The Foundation always picks itself up. The Foundation, that's all you talk about. Who are those people anyway? Why haven't they helped us? I'm sorry, John. I can't take care of everything anymore. You have a lot more staff to help you, you know? Rose picks up her suitcase. Goodbye. Addendum 2, recover the letter, access document B2 of. Okay. During exploration of B2, a small hole was discovered. The hole was drilled through and a cave was discovered on the other side, containing the remains of a human skeleton and a small sculpture. The sculpture depicted the four primary members of the ENCC: John, Rose, Silver, and Jackson. Next to the sculpture was a letter addressed to Sally. The letter is as follows: to Sally. Isn't it exciting? The mystery, the wonder, the hysteria? We all knew all this would happen, eh, Sally? Once I was just a nobody working at the Foundation. Life wasn't that exciting. Working in a cold facility filled with people I didn't know or hated. Honestly, I'm glad this happened to me. That I was sent back. I finally got to build up my own foundation with you, me and the others. I got to live out my dream. But more importantly, it allowed me to meet you, Sally. You understood me perfectly, and I would have done anything to keep you safe. That's why I left you at the facility to work and research. I was starting to focus more on my work and losing sight of what really mattered. The people I had around me, I just hope you understand, and I never liked my job. I really didn't, but I still did what I had to do. You know that I dedicate myself to my work no matter when or where I am. Even if I may not like it. If you ever came back, I hope we can go on one more of our own adventures. I'm glad I spent all this time with you, John. Addendum 3, recovered ENCC anomalies and more. Goddamn! During routine exploration of Dash B, an ENCC document was discovered by Agent Sagio. Okay, only one left. I actually think your singing voice is nice, and that's coming from your voice professional. Oh, that's nice of you guys. I always get like very mixed feedback on my singing voice. Like, some people say, oh, yeah, it's pretty good, and some people say it's horrendous. There was like a girl that I liked before Monet, and to cheer her up, I sang Sweet Dreams, and she was like, "Please stop, it's horrible," and I was like, "Noted." That's why, like again, it's always like 50-50. Some people say it's nice, some people say it's horrendous. So I'm just like, okay. And I was like, okay, I don't know what to do. How rude, yeah. I mean, she laughed about it, but she laughed and it's like, oh, it's not that great. And I was like, okay then. She didn't say like it's horrible like that, but like it's basically what she meant to say. It's basically what she meant. Containment class, medium level. Creature control, ENCC 111 is kept within containment chamber room 111. No personnel are to use at this time. Description, ENCC 111 is a phonograph cylinder of remarkable make. The object cannot play music as the object cylinder is damaged. The crank is still functional. When the subject aligns themselves with the horn of the object while another user cranks ENCC 111, the anomalous properties become apparent. The memories of the subject will transfer to a nearby object in the subject's vicinity. All memories will be eradicated from the subject. Anyone that interacts with the object that holds the subject's memories will have heavy hallucinations of the subject's memory. Goodbye, Sally. So that was what happened with... So this effect got transferred to the pickaxe. Gotcha. That's what happened here. Okay. I have to go to the bathroom. We still have 4 more SCPs to read. So... yeah. Let's keep going because it's almost 1 in the morning, which means it's probably gonna be 2:30 by the time we're done. Hope. Best case scenario. But I'll be right back, guys. I'll be right back.